The blockchain is forever. What are smart contracts? What are they? How do they work? And what are their benefits? In today's video, we're going to discuss everything you need to know about smart contracts in terms of not only what exactly they are, but how they will affect you and their many benefits in the future. Starting off with what exactly are smart contracts? Well, according to IBM, smart contracts are digital contracts stored on the blockchain that are automatically executed when predetermined conditions are met. I think that is a great definition of what a smart contract is. In other words, a smart contract will have certain requirements that need to be met. Once those requirements are met, you get the benefit or the end result, the agreement of that contract automatically, which is really cool. They're great for automating the execution of the given agreement or the smart contract so that both parties get what they agreed upon at the time of sale without need for any sort of remediator. In other words, you have your buyer, you have a seller. There's no one that needs to be in the middle to go ahead, like a notary, to go ahead and distribute the funds or approve the funds. Because of the blockchain technology, again, once the requirements are met, the smart contract will then go ahead and give the benefit or the reward to the actual correct parties. How exactly do smart contracts work? With blockchain technologies, they allow for transactions to occur with full transparency without the need of any sort of middleman, without this intermediary group. Usually, if you need to go and secure funding for some sort of project and you agree on a contract, it's usually between you and some sort of business like a bank that then they have to go and approve to actually do the funding. Whereas with these smart contracts and these non-fungible tokens or these digital assets, you can actually go ahead and agree upon with some sort of other seller just between you two the agreements of that actual contract. So you don't need anybody in the middle delegating and sort of maneuvering the benefits and the actual rewards of the contract. And you don't need all of these other people approving the contract. Again, because of the blockchain technology, it allows for just one-on-one interaction, because with blockchain technology, it allows for the contract, the smart contract, to be verified on the blockchain. All parties with proper permissions can access the distributed ledger technology, so you can think like just basic accounting, but done digitally on the blockchain. So all parties can access this distributed ledger technology at the same time, improving both efficiency. Again, we don't have that middleman, so there's less people, while building trust and removing that friction, because there's less people, less steps to do. The four main traits unique to specifically blockchain technology, so we get a better understanding of blockchain, are consensus. Ledgers are updated only after transactions are actually validated by all relevant participants involved. So the transactions only get validated once both parties have agreed to the transaction. Secondly, there's replication with blockchain. After a block is approved, which is just a fancy way of saying the recording of some sort of event on the blockchain, it is automatically created across ledgers for all parties involved. So we can all see the actual transactions that occurred on the blockchain. Thirdly, there's also immutability. Blocks can be added, but they cannot be removed from the blockchain. That's why you might hear the term, the blockchain is forever. That is because blockchain is permanent. Once some sort of stamp or some action occurs on the blockchain and it gets approved by both parties and it's stamped into the blockchain, it stays there permanently forever. Fourthly, with blockchain, it is secure. It has security. Authorized users are allowed to create and access blocks or these little recordings of events on the blockchain, these transactions. So only trusted people are given actual access and permissions to that transaction. But you want to be cautious of other security breaches because of the security and the newness of NFTs and blockchain technology. Even though blockchain is encrypted and it might seem like it's more secure because of just the structure of the technology, it can actually have some downfalls. Because it's such a new technology, hackers are going and attacking not the actual blockchain, but the people or the endpoints using this NFT blockchain technology. Because it's such a new technology, there still hasn't been well-known behavior or sort of rules and expectations on what to do and what not to do when it comes to using the blockchain. For example, we might all know not to click on links if we get emails about, the king of Africa who needs to save his son, right? We get those weird emails like that. But because NFT is new, you might get an email saying, hey, you're a winner for one of our NFT giveaways. And you click on the link, and now, even though you thought it was a valid link, it is a duplicate link of this other site that is pretending to be fake, or that is pretending to be real. You end up giving all your information to that actual fake site instead of the real site, and all your assets get taken. So that's something to keep in mind when you go ahead and start getting involved with NFTs and blockchain. The blockchain is secure. What isn't currently secure at the moment is the behaviors on how to use blockchain technology and NFTs. Now, some of the benefits of smart contracts, well, that includes speed, efficiency, and autonomy. Because there's less people involved, you can just go ahead and be much quicker and effective when it comes to purchasing these tokens, these digital assets, and these smart contracts. Plus, because it's all digital, it allows for autonomy, because the smart contract is just a bunch of code that's stored onto this asset that then once the conditions are met, once the requirements are met, you get the benefit, or you reap the rewards of that smart contract. But only after all the conditions are met, then automatically you get the benefits of that contract. So this is done again just through some lines of code, through this machine, if you will, through the software. So it doesn't require people to go ahead and approve the contract, it just does it automatically. Secondly, another benefit of smart contracts would be trust and transparency. Because there's no middleman, there's no third party involved, it's much more secure by itself. Plus, the records are also encrypted. So even if you were to break through and get access, you wouldn't be able to make sense of what the data is. If I write the number 4 on this piece of paper, with encryption, it covers that number. So if I write 4, it would actually cover it up. So even if you get access to this piece right here, it actually becomes not readable because of the encryption involved. There's also added security with these smart contracts. Blockchain transaction records are encrypted, so it makes it hard to hack. Plus, because each record is connected to the previous and subsequent records on a distributed ledger, hackers would have to actually go ahead and alter the entire chain, that entire blockchain, to change a single record. Let's say, for example, you're a billionaire, you're Mark Cuban. If someone wants to attack you in your specific block, they would have to go ahead and attack that entire chain for that blockchain just to get to your account. So they would have to violate several different people's accounts just to get to you. And that is another added benefit of the blockchain. Plus, fourthly, another benefit with smart contracts, because there's less people, there's less hands on the pot, if you will, and there's just less overhead involved, this will actually create cost savings for people all around the world. Think about when you have to do contracts with businesses, when you have to do transactions with different organizations. With these smart contracts, because they're digital, because they're autonomous, there's less people, there's less overhead, less accounting that's required, at least from a human perspective. So we can actually save costs as a business, as an organization, and as a consumer. When I go to buy goods, there won't need to be an entire team going and calculating the transactions and going ahead and calculating the contract requirements and making sure that the contract is being met. With the smart contracts, it allows for that autonomy, and it allows for lower costs because it's just one-to-one, one organization to one organization, or person to person. There's less people involved, thus less people that actually need to get paid or even do work. There's less work involved as well. So those are the key benefits of smart contracts. Again, what are smart contracts? They are just lines of code that once certain requirements are met, you reap the benefits, or you reap the agreement of that contract. And they work by using blockchain technology, where it has its benefits of consensus, replication, immutability, and security. And the key benefits of smart contracts are that they allow for speed, efficiency, and autonomy, trust and transparency, added security because of this blockchain technology, as well as cost savings because there's less people, there's less hands involved in the actual work, in the actual doing of these multiple transactions across millions across the globe. Because it might not seem that significant if it's just you and I, but imagine you and I times the other 7 billion people on Earth. That will lower costs over time because it's just less overhead to have to deal with. I hope you enjoyed today's video discussing what exactly are smart contracts, taking a look at how exactly they work and the benefits of these smart contracts. If you enjoyed today's video on smart contracts, please make sure to like and follow for more content. I'm PerezTheDev, and thanks for watching.